Let me transport you to a dark, eerie room. You're snuggled on the sofa with only light coming from a small TV set. A cartoon begins to play, and you feel yourself getting absorbed in the opening scene. A moving van parks in front of a big, rundown house, seemingly in the middle of nowhere. The house is definitely a fixer-upper, with wooden planks nailed over broken windows, weeds growing wildly all over the place, and paint chipping from every wall. Still, a big sold sign can be seen close to the front porch, as it appears the characters exiting the moving van have taken on the challenge to reinvigorate the property. A young couple opens the van, exchanging quips with one another as they slide boxes of their belongings off the back of the vehicle. One of them, in their haste, accidentally pulls one of the boxes a little too vigorously and drops it onto the ground, spilling the contents on the floor. "Everything okay?" The other answers, a hefty box already in their arms. "Just butterfingers," the first replies. Their partner laughs, readjusting the box in their hands before heading inside by themselves. The first character bends down to scoop up their belongings. They let out an exasperated sigh as they see the glass from one of their framed pictures cracked from the fall. Propping the box up to one side, they take the picture inside to show their partner. "Honey, we have our first casualty." There is no response. The character looks puzzled, walking through the house, searching for their partner. "Honey?" But still, they do not respond. Finally, the character notices a door in the hallway slightly ajar, light spilling out of it. "What game are you playing?" They chuckle mirthfully until they approach the door. On the edge of the door, they notice a spooky frost creep into view as their breath catches visibly in the air. "Honey?" They call out again, this time in concern. They take a breath before tentatively pushing the door open. Immediately, they are consumed in a bright light, taking over the entire screen. A whoosh of white noise cancels out all other sound, lasting for what feels like a few seconds before the light fades. When the hallway returns to view, the character is no longer there, completely vanished, except for the picture frame they were holding. Suddenly, suspended in midair, it's as if the frame remembers the existence of gravity as it falls on the dilapidated wooden floors, the glass inside now completely smashing to pieces. As this introductory scene draws to a close, the opening credits to the cartoon begin to play. We cut to the main characters of our show, speeding down the road on their moped with sidecar attachment. On the moped itself sits the lovely Cassandra, Cassie, can you please introduce yourself to the audience and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, hello. Hello. Oh, that's me. Oh, me. Me? Okay. Hi. My name is Cassandra, but you can call me Cassie. It's easier to say. I like things that are very organized. I like reading. I like being prepared. I have two younger sisters who I love very much, but sometimes they stress me out a bit. They do a little bit crazy things, but I love them very much. And together we ride around everywhere and we solve mysteries. And I'm pretty sure that preparation and will keep us protected from anything spooky. Yeah. It'll be okay. Okay. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you, Cassie. The camera pans over to the sidecar, where the other two sisters are seated. Cookie, can you please describe yourself to the audience and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hello, I am Cookie, and one day I left some milk out for some fairies, hoping that they'd come and give me their special paws. I had just watched a movie with my sisters the night before where we saw a couple of youngsters get bitten by werewolves, and if werewolves can change you, why can't fairies? So I thought if I go and find a couple of fairies and we sprinkle a little bit of magic, and especially because I believe in fairies so much, that they would really come and help me out. I set out milking cookies. They did help me, but they made me a cookie monster. And now I'm here, a little annoyed, but also very excited, and I can't wait to see what happens. And my sisters and I are going for a wonderful time outside, and we can't wait to see where it goes. And I'm just very happy. Yeah.
Thank you,
Okay
Cookie.
then, everybody. That's where I go now.
Thank you. Oh, so sweet. I love Cookie. And then last but not least, we have the younger sister, Vivian. Vi, could you please tell us a bit about yourself?
Well, I go on these trips with my sisters. They're older than me. They are always just ordering me around, and it's fine. We find monsters, we find ghosts, and we get rid of them. It's whatever. Sometimes I have visions, and I see things myself that we go after, and it's kind of fun sometimes. A little bit strange. My sisters are okay, they're fine, but rather be a loner.
Thank you very much.
Maybe not.
We love you, we.
So, it is not uncommon for Vi to have visions of the future. So, during this ride over, Vi, you have a premonition. This is one of your special powers. So, could you please roll me plus weird and tell me what you get so I can give you your premonition?
Ooh, not a great start. 7 total with my +2.
Oh, so close. So close.
I rolled a 2 and a 3, and I have a +2.
Excellent. Okay. Here is your premonition. You see yourself alone in an empty white void, the echoing voices of strangers whispering, "Help us," in your ears. You notice only one entrance and exit, a small window. You peek out the window and see into a dusty room full of boxes. A strange place to put a window, you think to yourself. You try and push the window open, but find it to be stuck. You are trapped in the void. Flashes of what led up to these unfortunate events enter your mind. You see a kitchen knife, a painting on a wall, and a broken old camera. If you prevent this event from unfolding, you'll get a point of experience. Now, at the same time that Vivian is having her vision, Cassie, you are recalling your conversations with the locals in the nearest town. The house itself is isolated, meaning the townsfolk are its closest neighbors. So, would you like to roll me an investigator mystery so that we can see, and then you can ask whatever questions you want to the townsfolk, and we can see what information you're starting off with before you arrive at the house?
Yeah. Gather information and ask everyone, and newspaper clippings. Oh, you get some yarn. Yeah. Make up a good board.
Oh no.
But, oh no.
Sadly,
Yarn.
sadly, this time I don't think the yarn is going to help you.
There was a moth in the yarn ball. Every time I pulled out a piece of string, it just broke.
So we are using an alternate ruling for Investigate the Mystery. You can ask me a general question, though I don't necessarily have to answer you honestly, although I might. But regardless of whether I answer or not, something bad happens. So, what question would you like to answer the townsfolk?
Oh my goodness. I got one question to ask all the townsfolk, and my sisters and I are going to go after them. G. Oh, you sure I can't? It's not open book test?
I'm afraid not.
My question in that case is, and I hope this is a good answer. I hope the answer is good. Does this entity, this ghost, does it know we're coming?
So you ask the townsfolk if they think the ghost would know you're coming.
Yeah, is like aware of people like coming after it?
When you start asking the townsfolk about the haunted house, you are greeted with very unwelcoming faces. They look terrified, and they are appalled that you would even think about going there. They are like, we don't talk about that house. Nobody goes to that house unless you want bad things to happen. We don't want you to bring bad things to our town. Get out of here. Go. Get out of here. And despite your best intentions, you are chased out of town.
Cassie, you know not everyone is friendly to us, right?
Yeah, but we want to help them. I mean, helping is good.
Not always.
What do you mean not always?
Sometimes helping makes things worse.
No. Knowledge and understanding and research and gathering all the sides always fixes things.
And sprinkles!
I've never been in a situation where sprinkles actually made something worse.
Yes, because it brings joy everywhere it goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hot dogs. Sprinkles would make hot dogs worse.
Have you tried it?
They were chili sprinkles.
So
I just pats you on the shoulder, Cookie.
Well. Maybe sprinkles is someone's seasoning, and you know what they say, that salt is the salt of life.
Oh my god. It's a white sprinkle.
brilliant. So, Cookie, I have a question. Before you get to the house, before you set off on this journey, would Cookie have any prep that she would like to do? Or is she just happy to be here?
Cookie is definitely happy to be here, but seeing, that her sister wife sitting in another room and talking to spirits again, and then she kind of sees that, like, Cassie's gone out to talk to people, and she's feeling a little bored, so she's like, okay, let me read some comics. And she takes out the Morning Herald and starts going through it. And that's when she sees, spookiness afoot. Spookiness at a haunted house. Sisters, there's a mystery afoot. And then, to prepare herself, she goes out to the nearest tree, looks at it and says, Fairy Godmother, I know you're here somewhere, and I know you're going to give me some magic today. Hearing nothing around her, she takes a twig and breaks it. And she's like, thank you for giving me this wonderful wand. And then she goes running back in, and she's like, and now for my secret weapon. And then rushes into her room and takes one big jar and then goes to her wardrobe where you'd expect to see clothes, but it's just filled with sprinkles. And then she fills her bottle with sprinkles and takes it back to her sisters, and then waits out there in a corner, giggling, waiting for them to come back. She's like, sprinkles make everything better. I just need to throw sprinkles at the ghosts, and then they'll be so happy they'll want to fly and play with us instead of scare us. Yes.
Brilliant. Okay, so Cookie gets a stick and a jar of glitter. Perfect. Okay. I think that's all the prep work aside. Unless there was anything else. Nope. Okie dokie.
Can't think of anything.
It doesn't take you long to find the country road leading up to the house in question. You pass by woodland, which, in your professional monster hunting opinions, shows sign of being tainted by a dark presence. The trees are twisted and malformed, the ground an ash-grey colour, and the wildlife consisting of only nocturnal creatures such as owls, bats, and rats. It's pretty obvious why the townsfolk don't come here. So, you pull up by the house. How would you like to enter?
Carefully, measuredly.
Through the front door.
And grabs Cookie by the sleeve. Maybe we should look around first before we just go charging in.
Oh yes, maybe we should knock first. That's a good idea.
Hold on. I might have a thing. Well, GM, can I investigate?
Yes. Would you like to roll the investigation check? It is gone from my brain.
I would like to do that.
Oh. That is much better than before.
Oh, yes.
I got this.
Okay. You, on that, can ask me, I think it's 2 general questions about the house and 1 specific question about the house.
About the house.
Yeah, or whatever it is you're investigating.
I'd like to know if there's a trap.
Okay. A little. So I am assuming this is your specific question. Is
Yes.
there? Well, actually, we'll say general because if I just say yes or no, I'm not telling you what the trap is.
Yeah.
You look around the property and you don't see any signs of anything that looks particularly like a trap.
Okay. I reach into my supplies, and I get out this fancy reader.
Mm-hmm.
I go around and I scan everything. Beep 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 beep. Looks okay. Okay. Girls, it's not trapped. Okay. Next question. Let's see. about the house specifically, correct?
Yep, whatever it is you're investigating.
Well.
If you're not entirely sure, you could always hold 2, and you can ask me later.
Well, I'll spend a simple question here.
Okay.
Is the door locked?
No.
Oh. I also have investigated from afar, sisters, that the door is not locked.
Does that mean we can run in and say hi? Maybe we can say that we're neighbors and we brought pie.
The neighbors are very far.
Yeah, they're a bit too far away to just drop on by.
How about we enter and maybe we say hello, but in a more calm and not shouty way. I like your idea. I think it's good, Cookie. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, just indoor voice because we're going indoors now. Okay.
I'll
Okay.
whisper.
Okay, that's okay.
You all enter the house. And would you like to enact your plan? Would you like to say hello?
I'm so sorry about this, sisters. When Cookie picks up her jaw, grins at everyone, and then puts a hand into it and just throws the sprinkles around and says, "Come meet us! Imagination!
Indoor.
Let's fly, ghosts!"
Indoor.
Oh yes. Hello, ghosty friends. We're here. We're your new friends now.
Each of you feels a chill in the air as you step over the threshold into the house.
Your air conditioning's on.
I don't think that's what it is, Cookie.
The hall is dark and dusty, showing signs of neglect and disrepair. But no sooner than you have entered, the door behind you immediately slams shut. If you
What was
turn to
that?
look, you see thick slithers of ice materialize over the doorway, trapping
Wait.
the 3 of you inside.
No, ice bad. I have something for this. I start throwing salt all over the ice.
Okay.
Try as you may, it doesn't seem to dissolve the ice quick enough.
But that I was supposed to be prepared for this. I was supposed to be
Okay.
prepared for this.
So, Dungeon, one of Vi's abilities is that she has the sight. You can see the invisible, especially spirits and magical influences. You may communicate with, maybe even make deals with the spirits you see, and they give you more opportunities to spot clues when you investigate a mystery.
Nice.
So I would like to very specifically look around, see if there's any signs of disturbances, and see if there are any signs of spooky activity.
Brilliant. So, is this a roll or is this just an ability?
It's a move.
It's a move. So is it it is something you have or is it something you have to roll for?
It's something I have, and it says when you investigate a mystery.
Ah, okay. So
Specifically. Yeah.
So roll me and investigate a mystery.
Okay. Which one is that? What do I?
That
Oh wait, here it is. The site has dice next to it. We're good.
okie dokie.
Oh, I get to choose which one I do. It's sharp is the default. So do that one?
I would say if you get to choose, pick the one that is most beneficial to you.
Weird is the most beneficial, or charm, but charm doesn't make sense in this context.
Yeah.
Submit. Hey!
Hooray! Okay.
10.
So you get to ask me as well, or you can hold the questions if there isn't any to mine. A specific question and 2 general questions.
Well, Vi is very specifically wanting to know where the heck this frozen ice came from that sealed them in, and if there is, like specifically with that question, if there's something actively causing it.
Yes. As you look around, your eyes reveal to you that the entire house from the inside has a slight ethereal glow. You believe that the spirit is possessing the entire house.
You know, y'all, I'm pretty sure that this entire house is haunted and possessed by whatever's going on here.
Possession.
Maybe they just live in a popsicle house. Can I try licking the ice?
Sure, roll. If you lick the ice, can you roll me a keep cool under pressure? That's a cool check.
A cool check? Okay.
Your tongue is gonna get stuck, Cookie.
Yep.
It's not stuck yet.
You say that now.
Yeah, you have a little bit of a moment, but your tongue is not stuck. You do, however, get a chill that is awful. It tastes disgusting. It actually tastes so vile that it's painful. Please take 1 harm, Messy.
No.
Oh no.
What's going on?
It stung my tongue.
Wait. I have something for that to reset the flavor. Here you go.
Do you have a cookie?
I have this. It's full of vitamins. It'll cure you. Have some garlic.
Vitamins? Is it sweet vitamins?
Pretend it's been roasted. It's good for you. Eat it.
Ooh, okay. And she quickly eats it. She's just like, okay. Yeah,
I got more for later.
Yay! Maybe we can share them with the ghosts. Maybe they're lacking vitamins, from being stuck in this dark, spooky place for so long.
Well, I wonder. Let's see. Cassie whips out her camera and looks through the screen and sees flips through all the modes and see if there's anything gets picked up. Takes a picture of the hall.
Excellent.
Can Vi assist with that in any way? Because I still have the 2 from my previous role.
There is a help action, but if you're willing to forego one of the questions, I will happily give Cassie a +2.
Yay.
If we are happy
Cassie,
with this
you have
exchange.
a +2. Yes, I am.
Okay, so add that in when the box comes up, and
For investigate a mystery? Or
yes, please.
Okay.
Unless there's another ability.
That is the most applicable for me right now. Over Cassie. Right now.
Whoa!
Wow,
Snap.
that is a roll.
That is very much a roll.
Okay. Yes. On that, you see everything. Let's see. While you're
everything.
you both see everything. As you are looking around with the sight, Vi, and Cassie, you are snapping things with your spirit camera. It's as if the house itself is responding to your presence. One of the doors in the hallway opens up, slightly ajar. A bright white light emanates from it, beckoning you to come closer. At the same time, you all notice a staircase at the end of the hallway, now illuminated by the eerie light, leading up to the top of the house. You feel like there is a ghostly presence there. And one more thing.
Oh no.
In the hallway, There's something strange about that portrait on the wall.
A portrait?
I don't really give me BGBs.
I'm going to look at the portrait and I'm going to assume that the general question can apply now.
Yeah, when you say look at it, how far away are we talking?
Vi knows that hauntings are not the funnest, but at the same time, I did forget she does have poor impulse control.
Mm-hmm.
Which
It's a
means
very cool
that-
painting. You know, you might.
It's a very cool painting.
You
It kind
know.
of matches the pin on her jacket, so
Oh, it does.
she's gonna go right up to it and just kind of like poke the painting.
Okay, thank you very much. You poke the painting. You inspect the portrait on the wall. The subject appears to be a spooky-looking skeleton. The longer you look at it, you swear that occasionally you see one of the eyes flicker with a spectral light, as if it's looking back on you. And while you're pondering this, you notice one side of the portrait is attached to the wall with hinges. It's as if a secret door or something is hiding behind it.
Hey, I think that this is a door. I
Oh,
think
you
we should
found
go in
something.
it.
You
Yes,
just
I
found
did.
something by luck. You didn't have to investigate or read or send up
Well,
study.
you know what? If you're going to just complain about it, I can always just go back over to the moped and drive off. Is that what you'd prefer?
No, but I don't want you to like get hurt or anything. I think the best preparation is to be safe. I don't want you to get hurt. That would make me sad.
Well then, shall we?
Let me get something. Okay, prepared.
Who is opening the door?
Maybe we can poke the eye first.
I mean, if you really want to, go ahead and poke the eyes. I was just
Yes.
running my hand along the paint.
I have a secret weapon.
Oh no.
It's my wand!
You just poke it with a stick.
My magical wand! I go and it's just like, be gone! Foul creatures, poke.
Okay.
Okay. You know what? You poke the painting with the stick. And as you do, you see the skeleton inside the portrait recoil in anger as it tries to jump out and grab your wrist. Please
Oh no!
roll a keep your cool. That is a plus cool.
Cookie.
Let's see.
That's a name.
I mean, not the worst.
Your poke does 1 harm to this ghost. However, you narrowly avoid being grabbed, but you are just clawed by its skeletal hand as you jump out of the way. You take -2 harm, piercing into it.
Oh no.
I would like to say that when you get to 4 harm, you have to tell me.
I'm 1 away from it.
Cookie, you said you wanted the ghost to be your friend. When you want to make someone your friend, do you poke him in the eye?
But they're spying on us. Who doesn't come out to say hi when you say hi?
But do you poke them in the eye when you do that? That seems a bit
No.
uncouth.
Cookie looks at the painting and goes, I'm sorry. Would you like a cookie? Me as your friend?
Yeah. Ghost, she means she's really sorry, and look how sorry she is. Cookie looks sorry. Yeah, look how sorry she is. But you can't have her, but we can come out and talk.
You notice that while you have been talking like this, the skeleton from the painting is trying to reach out from the painting to grab you all. It looks like
Okay,
it's
run.
confined to the painting, but as soon as anyone comes near it, it is within range for a claw.
Uh-oh. Is there a way to open the painting without it attacking us?
If you could open the painting from range, yes. But if you have not, then you're going to have to deal with the skeleton.
Cassie has an armory. If I need a special weapon, and let's flavor the weapon as a crowbar or something with reach that could hook the painting open from a distance. Would that count as a special weapon?
I am going to allow this.
Okay, I'm flavoring it as just the tool we need in this moment.
Yes. Is this something you have to roll for to see if it's in your armory?
If I need a special weapon, roll plus weird. On a 10 plus, you have it. On a 9 plus, you have it, but only the minimum. On a miss, you get the wrong thing. So I have to poke in this it's very well organized backpack, but I don't know if I put my favorite crowbar in here. I might be confused with other things.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll weird.
Oh no!
Oh no.
I think I stocked up on just like extra garlic.
Yeah. Yeah, you think you have... You must have packed... Do you know what happened? You go to find where you put your crowbar, and instead there's a little IOU sign with a little packet of cookies. Just kind of where it was.
Cookies.
What did you do?
Probably used it as a stirring stick for making cookie.
Are
I'm
the
sure
cookies
you'll
any good?
return it cleaned very soon.
Yes.
Okay.
I can help, and you're like just to kind of avoid that situation. Cookie's gonna look around and can I essentially in one quick motion throw sprinkles at the skeleton's face and
To
use my
confuse it?
super speed to open the door and rush in.
Okay, so you do have super speed. So you want to try and use your super speed to open up this little hatch.
Yes, but also distract him by throwing sprinkles. Distract them by throwing sprinkles at their face.
Interesting. Yeah, so do you see this as an attack? Do you see this as using magic? Or do you see this as like a stunt?
Possibly maybe a stunt. A stunt, maybe. Cookie would think it's magic though, but she has no magic.
Ooh, I might be able to help you actually. I have Jinx. I can help a hunter by giving them, well, if I roll the thing, I can help a hunter by giving them +1 forward by interfering with their enemy. Or interfere with what a monster, minion, or bystander is trying to do.
Oh, I see. Then yes, I like this plan. So Vi is going to jinx the skeleton while Cookie tries to use their super speed to open the door.
Yes. So I have to roll first to see if it works.
Let's see if it works.
Be careful.
So, Jinx with weird. Submit. Ooh, okay, so 9, hold 1. So, I'm guessing that means that I can just do one of the actions?
Yeah, that would hold one so
Okay.
you can do it whenever. You can do it now.
Okay, so I'm going to interfere with the skeleton. I have a big knife, so I'm just going to hold the big knife out and wave it like far enough away it can't reach me, but its hands are grasping at my big knife. I'm dead.
Okay, so you're distracting the skeleton with your big knife.
Here.
It's trying to
Look
reach
here,
for
look
you.
here. Look
Yes.
here. Ah.
Okay. Cookie, you get to roll a act cool under pressure. And you get to add is it 1 or 2, Vi? Or if it doesn't specify, I will.
It doesn't specify. It's just interfere with what a monster minion or bystander is trying to do.
Then I'm going to give you a +2 because both your sisters are distracting.
Yay! Sister pal. Come on.
Look here. Oh no, look here.
She attempts.
The spooky
Oh my-
skeleton is not distracted.
My Cookie takes that jump to run and then comes back immediately. It
Yeah.
did not work.
You run. You try to open the hatch, but the skeleton has just as much speed as you, and it claws you for your trouble. Please take -2 harm, piercing intimate. Cookie, you are bleeding and you have an unstable wound. If you do not get medical treatment soon, you may bleed out.
I have something for this. Yes, this is a poultice that will stem your injuries. Please disregard the fact that I packed it in another thing that looks like a salt shaker. Well, actually, I have a thing called
Yes.
preparedness.
Yes.
I need something unusual over us. Can we flavor this as a med kit?
Yes, we can flavor this as a med kit.
Okay. I have to roll. Oh dear.
I believe is it a shop?
Yes, this is what I'm good at.
Okay.
Famous last words.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Wait.
The
this
spooky
might
dice
actually be
rolls
salt.
are not with you. Yes. You tried to heal, but you just have salt. It turns out that that is just salt.
No.
Oh no.
Could I, is it too late for me to take a luck point?
It should be done when the roll happens, I think. Oh gosh, remembering how the luck works. But I will say that I will let you do a medicine check, or anyone do a medicine check if you want to, flavor it as ripping off some fabric and wrapping it around the wound. Salt on the wound is what we currently have.
Yes. Vi will take off one of her boots, pull off her very long knee-high sock, and wrap it around your wounds, and just tie it in a knot, and put her boot back on.
Excellent. Can you, Vi, please roll sharp?
Roll sharp? Okay. That is great because that's a -1. That's not going to be good. Submit. 8. Success.
It's a success. We'll take
But
that.
I did trap the salt in the wound a little bit.
You did trap the salt in the wound a little bit, but Cookie, you can untick unstable for now, but it will come back if you get injured again. Okay.
Cookie.
Meanie.
Careful.
So
Okay,
sticks
we
out
can't
her
go this
tongue at
way,
the
I
moment.
think.
you're having trouble with the skeleton. You could try attacking the skeleton, or you could try exploring another area.
I think that maybe we should just leave this and then maybe come back to it later. What do you think?
Yeah.
Maybe there are nicer ghosts around, and she sticks her tongue out at the frame and just walks by.
Okay, bye. Bye, skeleton.
So there were 2 areas that were glowing, right?
Yep. So the areas that you were kind of noticing before was there's a glowing room and the staircase leading upstairs.
Any preferences? This floor upstairs?
Well, let's see. Can I pull out a book to use my lore library and have Cassie look up she has this with her, of course, the statistics on survivability of entering haunted houses when going upstairs or remaining on the ground floor. Basically, I want to figure out what is the best course of action here.
Okay. That is a skill, I believe, isn't it?
Yes, I'm hitting the books. I'm pulling out something from my my backpack, from my brain.
Okay.
And I take a +1 forward to investigate a mystery. And I'm using references of previous, what other
Previous
ghost hunters have
haunted,
done.
yeah, you're looking at the research of your predecessors. I like it.
Yeah.
Give me a roll.
No, this is forward. Yeah, I have a forward. Yeah, there we go.
Mixed success.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay, so I've just re-looked up luck, and for the sake of letting you all know, since we've had some pretty bad rolls,
Yes.
so you can spend a point of luck, and it can reduce a wound you just suffered to 0 harm. You can retroactively use it to change a result to 12. And then, but you don't want to run out of luck.
How many
You know
luck
what?
do we have?
We have 7.
Yeah.
Cassie would like to expend the luck to make
Would
this
like
a
to
12.
expend a luck. Okay. That is,
Expended.
we can do that. You have a 12. So you it runs off of investigate a mystery, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So you have 3 questions again. A specific and 2 general.
Cool. I look over at my sisters, and as I'm flipping through like this thick tome of statistics and ghost hunter histories, and I kind of start thinking aloud to myself, what is in the path beyond the spooky painting? The one that just
Okay.
had cookie.
So, you are looking through your book. You are looking at old research from other hunters, and you discover a passage from another hunter exploring a similar house. And they describe a safety deposit box behind a painting that stored ghostly valuables that they needed to get to in order to destroy the spirit.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
very interesting.
All right. So that was the specific question. Cool. All right.
You believe that there'll be
Alright.
something behind that spooky painting.
That's what it likely is. I mean, ghosts are not always that original, so when this happens one place, it's bound to happen here. Okay. I think I have 2 other questions generally to ask.
Yep. If you don't have any now, you can always hold for later.
I'll ask a general question. Upstairs. Is it dangerous?
You are pretty certain that anywhere in this house is dangerous.
Fair. I'll hold my last question then.
Okay.
And I turn around to my sister. I slam the book closed, like very satisfied, and I'm like, the reason why that ghost is being like that skeleton in the frame is being so harsh to us is because what we need to save the house is behind that painting, but we need to find a way to get around it.
Maybe
Looking at
if
Cookie's
we...
wounds. You have to be careful.
Yeah, maybe if we find something, there has to be a long, pokey thing of some kind that can help us to avoid getting attacked.
Maybe if we go to the kitchen, we can find something.
Well, there
Okay.
has to be a kitchen here somewhere, right? It's a house.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe they have sweets there or milk. Maybe all it's a skeleton. Maybe it likes milk because it's all bones. And
You know, not everyone loves milk and sunshine and daisies, right, Cookie?
but it's a skeleton.
It might not like that.
Oh, but do you think the milk will make it stronger instead?
Oh, it might. I don't know.
Let's go carefully.
Food
to
for
the
thought,
kitchen.
indeed.
Yes.
Okay,
Whip out my flashlight and carefully start shining it around
excellent.
as we tiptoe to the kitchen. Or at least Cassie's tiptoeing.
You
Oh, Vi's going with you. She's not tiptoeing, though.
Mhm.
Yeah, Cookie is kind of running about,
Whee!
zooming around wee.
Oh my gosh, Cookie's got the
Tacos
zoomies.
everywhere.
Oh no, the zoomies.
Okay, you all head towards the light. As you enter, the light dies down. And in its place, you see a rundown old kitchen. The smell hits you immediately. Rotten fruits and veg permeate the air, as weeds somehow force their way through the plumbing. Everything is covered in a thin layer of ooze, as you notice flies buzzing around a very rotten jack-o'-lantern, and a rusty knife stabbed firmly in a thick wooden chopping board.
Well, that's not gross at all.
Cookie, what did you have in mind in here? With Cassie's nose and mouth covered.
Well, I just they have a jack-o'-lantern, so I thought maybe they might have candy, But sadly, either.
Does anybody inspect the jack-o'-lantern?
I do.
Vi sees Cookie going after the jack-o'-lantern and pulls her back. Let one of us. Look, you keep running headfirst into things and getting injured.
Yes. That is true. That is
Who's the
true.
younger sibling here?
I'm sorry.
Okay, Cookie,
So
we just
Vi's
care
going
about
to
you.
investigate. Huh?
As Vi is going to investigate, Cassie just tells Cookie, we just care about you, okay?
Okay.
So, not getting super close to it. Vi's just going to look all around it. What's the deal with this jack-o'-lantern?
Okay, you don't get too close to it, but you do have a little look. You take a closer look at the pumpkin, and as you do, you see its features begin to transform. Slowly but surely, the face changes shape until it becomes like looking in the mirror. You see the face of the pumpkin has become your face, screaming in horror.
I don't like this.
Oh
my
God.
goodness, you've actually put our face.
Oh my God.
I love that so much.
Why does the pumpkin look like you? Oh my God.
Okay,
oh my God. Would it
hang
look
on.
Like us too?
Cassie, come over here and go in front of the pumpkin.
Why?
I just want to see
Okay.
something. Go in front of the pumpkin.
It's
Okay.
pumpkin us.
Okay. Cassie shuffles over to the pumpkin, holds her breath.
The closer you get, it transforms again.
So Vaya's just like doubled over laughing right now because it just looks so silly.
I want to see my face too.
I assume Cookie just pushes Cassie out of the way.
Yeah,
No,
probably.
this big sister Cassie. I'm gonna like just kind of scooch over.
You can just
No.
twirl her over, twirl her aside.
Twirl her aside
Oh, that's so cute.
as you
And
all
that's what
take in
Cassie's
turns.
hair.
Yeah.
As Cassie's hair is just like zoop. Does anything fall out of your hair, Cassie, as it like goes zoop to the side?
It's so perfect. We're totally doing this in part because we want you to show off everything you've drawn.
Oh my god. It's adorable.
As you all
When Cassie has moved back, she's just silently like taking photos of this pumpkin.
It's like, yes. After you've all seen your visage in the pumpkin, you notice that a message begins to be written out in the ooze that it's secreting. As slowly the words, "Be my muses," appears on the countertop.
That's not good. I don't like that.
Muses.
No. I'm not a fan. I don't want to be a muse. I'm not cool with that.
I'd love to be a muse.
Wait a
You
minute.
can be a muse to
research,
someone other than this.
research break, and Cassie pulls out another tome out of her bottomless bag. And this one is on Greek mythology, of course. And she starts whipping to this section. And muse, mythical beings that provided inspiration to mortals and immortals alike. But why does the supernatural need inspiration?
Is that you using your last question?
Yeah.
Well, why would the supernatural require inspiration? Perhaps it is tied to what they did when they were alive. Perhaps
they were an artist.
were, an artist, a creative of some kind.
He was on the Titanic. and Cass, Cookie's gonna kind of like lie on the floor and keep like her wand between her teeth.
You
and look
do
at the
not need to be
pumpkin.
drawn like a French girl, Cookie. Get back up.
Maybe it's the easiest way to become friends.
Friends, not friends. As Cookie is drawing, does the room, does the spooky atmosphere change?
Nope. The atmosphere seems to be staying pretty much the same.
Oh, I so want to kick the pumpkin, but I'm so low on health.
What
Okay, wait,
about
did we...
this?
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Oh, I was gonna say, maybe if we find out more about who these people were, maybe we can actually give them something to inspire them, and that can let them, release and continue to the afterlife. Maybe there's more about them, like in their old bedroom.
Maybe.
Well, while you're here, you still haven't looked through a lot of the cabinets.
I was gonna say, can I use my sight to investigate a mystery, looking around, poking around, trying to find something about this person who is haunting this entire house?
You can.
Yeah.
Cassie puts her hands on Cookie's shoulder just in case.
Okay.
Let's
And
see. What have we got?
Because it's the site I'm using weird. Submit. 9! Mixed success.
Okay, you get to ask a general question. So what is your general question?
My general question is, does this space look lived in? Like, do I see elements of a person here or people that would give us any idea of what's causing this haunting?
Okay, you use your sight and you see through some of the cabinet doors, you see elements of what made this person. You see some very, very old, empty reams of film, kind of littered in the drawers. And next to them, you see some sea salt, a small box of matches, and half a bottle of brandy. Perfect ingredients should you need to salt and burn something.
Interesting.
That's kind of morbid.
I wonder, what could they have been burning? Were they burning their art? Did they despise the photos that they took, and so they burned it all down and accidentally killed themselves too? Drama. Drama.
Cassie wants to quickly inspect the knife.
You want to inspect the knife.
Yeah.
Okay. How are you
I'll-
inspecting the knife?
I'm going to approach it carefully with my spirit camera.
Yeah?
Take a quick picture of it. See what I see. And then approach based on what is captured.
Okay. You take a picture of the knife, and as if startling a wild animal, it jolts. Can you please roll Act Under Pressure?
Whoa, okay.
Under pressure. Sorry.
Oh, not good at this.
Okay. It's not a 6.
That is the important thing.
That is the most important thing. You, for the most part, you hold your nerve. However, you can't quite jump out of the way in time as the knife flies out in front of you and slashes your arm. Please take -2 harm piercing.
Can I jinx it?
You can definitely try. It's now flying around the room, and it looks like it's out for blood. This spooky knife, it is flying everywhere, and it looks like it's not gonna stop until it's cut you all to ribbons.
I am jinxing the knife. It's a success. I hit a 10.
You did! Excellent. What is the result of your roll?
Okay. So on a 10 plus, hold 2.
Hold 2.
So I am going to with my own knife, I draw my own knife out, and I'm going to cross paths with it, and I inflict 1 harm on the target.
Heck yeah, roll me a kick some butt. I don't know what the check's called, but it's something like that. It's kick some butt.
I will look. Pick some. Yeah. Make it a curse, and then you're correct. Uh-oh. Tough is a -1.
But you
Can
get a +1 or a +2. I think you can use both your 2 at the same time, or can you? Does your power say?
It just says when you jinx a target, roll plus weird. On a 10 plus, hold 2. And then I inflict 1 harm on the target. Due to an accident, actually.
Oh, okay.
Inflict 1 harm on the target due to an accident. So maybe I was trying to, I don't know. I was trying a fancy move, and I accidentally managed to nick it.
Yeah.
I'm gesticulating wildly, and no one can see, but that's okay.
Okay, well, if the harm is a part of your move, then never mind about the attack.
Yeah.
You cross blades with this knife, and you cause harm and you knock it out of the sky and it falls to the ground. The supernatural element, the spooky element to it, seems lost. And it becomes a normal rusty knife.
Okay. Well, that was weird. I do have one more hold. I don't know if there's anything else that I can do with it. I specifically was jinxing the knife. I don't know if there's anything else I can do, though.
I would say, because you have, you've effectively defeated this knife, that I will give you, because I am a very kind GM, I will give you a +1 forward on your next roll. Just remember that you have it.
Okay.
Okay, yeah,
I will remember.
You both see Vi knock the knife out of the sky. And you are momentarily safe.
Cassie goes to like duct tape the knife to the ground. No sharp edges. No sharp edges.
You do so.
Bad knife. Bad.
Hey, Cassie, have you tried to take a picture of that pumpkin head yet?
One moment. Tape. And I turn over and just now I'm at this like maybe aside from the pumpkin after seeing the cool faces.
Yep.
Have a quick picture.
You can snap whatever picture, you can get in whatever order you want to, and take all the pictures with the pumpkin.
Okay, it's not going to come alive and attack us. That's what I wanted to know.
It would appear not.
Okay. Let's go upstairs and find out what we can. And you know what? Maybe if we're just inspired enough to stop doing harm and be friends, like Cookie said, then maybe we can stop the haunt.
Awesome. Just so that I'm aware, does anybody take the matches, the brandy, and the salt from the drawer, or is that something that you don't require?
Vi would probably take the matches just because. Pyro. Why not? She pretends that she's cool. She's wearing like Hot Topic level of like gothy punk clothing here. Let's be real.
Okay.
I guess I'll take the brandy, I guess, to ensure that other minors don't have this because it's not okay for minors to drink this. I'll keep it safe.
Okay. Brilliant. Then you all move on. You head upstairs. And we shall move upstairs. You hear the sound of the wailing wind rush between the wooden boards as moth-eaten curtains flap wildly. The attic is filthy, with particles of dust illuminated through the cracks. The room is mostly empty except for a few neatly stacked boxes, the biggest of which is covered by a rather mouldy-looking sheet. Behind the boxes, on the wall, hangs various picture frames, all caked with layers of dust. What would you like to do?
As we take in this scene, and I'm like, okay, I know there's going to be danger up here and everywhere else in the house, and I'm looking at my very injured Cookie, and I'd like to use one of my skills, Oubliette, and I'd like to make like a little safe space. If there's anything I stash in there, could I stash a sister in there?
This cookie will not be held down. Okay, and like looks at like Cassie's duct tape. Not like the knife. Not like the knife.
What are you making it out of?
The skill reads, this room is isolated from any kind of monster, spirit, or magic you know about. Anything you stash in there can be found. Is this a room that has to exist or a room that I have to magically conjure?
This would be
That's
a
kind of a
room.
flavor question.
This would be a room that you would have to take your time to make, because you would need to cast the appropriate hexes. However, you have a very big backpack, and I'm willing to bet that you have a tent in there that you have prepared for such an occasion that you could stash a sister in, should you need to protect them, as well as any other materials, and the ghost would not be able to reach them.
Okay. Girls, be very careful setting up. I'm going to make something to prepare ourselves, a backup, okay? And I pulled out my backpack and I take out some salt and I busy myself drawing like a salt circle around, and I start setting up this little. It almost looks like a little canopy. And it just starts salting the floor around us.
Are we having a slumber party with the ghost?
Sure.
Only it's slumber because you get to wake up after a slumber, okay?
Okay. You take 10 minutes, 20 minutes to set up your circle. You set up your tent and you have your base.
Okay. If anything goes bad, take my hand and I will lead you into that space, and I point over there. All right? Okay. Let's see what we have here.
Okay.
With my confident face.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem very confident, Cassie.
I'm working on it.
So is there any element of this room in particular that you would like to investigate? I love how Cookie is holding your hand.
It's okay. You got this.
Very cute. You said there were boxes. We're trying to figure out who the heck these people were.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that would make sense to check out.
Okay, so are you going for the small boxes or the big box?
Let's start with the small boxes, because big boxes could be things like pillows and stuffed animals, and I don't particularly care about that.
Okay. You rummage around inside the small boxes, and you find a lot of mismatched bric-a-brac in various states of disrepair, some antique-looking vases, a broken china pot, and, again, rolls of old camera film.
So, and they are, being a film photographer myself, are they actually used film, or is the tail sticking out?
It is
of the
used film.
Okay. Interesting. So this ghost was a photographer for sure. All of this film will probably be bad, but we might be able to get something out of it. Depends on how long ago they died. And then she goes and rummages in the big boxes, because why not?
Okie dokie. You go to rummage.
And she's pocketed all of the film because she's going to develop it later.
That's
Just
cool.
curious.
You go to rummage inside the big box. In order to do that, you need to pull off the sheet covering it. How do you pull it off?
Well, first of all, she is going to take the totally cool, not cool hanky that she got from Hot Topic and wrap it around her face, because dust. Sneezing isn't cool, and she needs to look cool. And then she's just gonna grab the sheet and fling it, I guess, down the stairs.
Okay. You pull the sheet, and as you do, you're caught off guard by hundreds of moths all flying up at once.
Ew.
Their sleeping place disturbed. Please roll and act under pressure as they swarm around you.
Under pressure.
That is a cool, I believe.
Cool. Okay. And you said I had one forward, so can I add one to this?
Yes, you may.
Okay. Otherwise, I'm gonna. Oh, shh.
Oh,
Oh, I'm going to use a luck.
Yeah.
Because I have luck, I'm going to use a luck and make that a 12.
That is a wise decision. I was about to read the prepared bad statement, but that is a wise decision. You keep your cool as the moths find their way through the cracks in the window and escape outside.
If you turn
Well,
around,
that
you
was-
see Cassie like already has like a very long step halfway into her salt circle, like not fully there yet, just turning around. Like,
She's like half into the tent, like, oh gosh, it's a good thing I set this up.
Cookie's just looking in wonder because she's like, sparkle insects. So many
Oh,
of
jeez.
them.
Okay.
Vi is just shaking her head at her older sisters and going to open the boxes.
What's in the box?
Help? You want some help?
What's in the box? Yeah.
You open the box and find it is mostly filled with packing peanuts. However, if you rummage around inside, you will find an old, a little bit broken but mostly intact photography camera.
Oh,
Ooh. Is it? Cassie, is this like your camera?
it's a little different, but I think we should we should see what sort of photos they were taking.
Well, it's a film camera, I assume.
Yes.
Yeah, so we can't look at what photos they were taking. Are there shots left on the roll?
Yes.
You gave a film photographer film camera stuff in a game. I'm going to ask him about these things.
It looks like there is a few pictures left.
Okay.
We'll say 6.
Okay. So, depending on the film, I'm not going to get super complicated. They took like anywhere from like 18 to 20 photos on this. 18 to 30? Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. Numbers. So, they
Wait,
didn't get
you
to
want
finish this
take
roll.
Another photo? What if people are captured on film?
That's a good point.
When you say that, Cassie,
Oh no!
you all hear whispers coming from behind you in the dust-filled photo frames. You hear a cry of "Help us!"
Uh-oh.
How?
How do we help you?
Well, do you look behind you at the photo frames?
Vi's going to look because of course she is.
Yeah, and Cookie's definitely going to as well.
Cassie also turns around with the camera like in front of her face with her spirit camera.
You turn to face the picture frames. And you look at them and notice a terrible pattern.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Are they all babies? Okay, I can see a beard. I can see a beard.
You see photos of many different faces, all screaming, reaching out in terror. Help us, they whisper, and continue to cry. You believe you've just found the people that were missing.
Do we break the frame?
So Vi is just going to take the camera that she just found and put it up to her eye and snap a photo of all of them and see if something happens.
Okay. You take a picture with this camera. Now, you all are magically inclined in one way or another. And as soon as you take this picture, you feel a dark presence. You are glad that none of you three are in front of this camera because you feel as if it would have been very bad news. However, these people are already trapped inside photographs, so they cannot be trapped again.
Dun dun
Maybe-
dun. Getting that sensation, first of all, Vi's just going to unload the film so that there's no pictures left on the camera.
Wait,
Okay.
Wait.
Cookie, I think we have the same idea.
Yeah, the
We can take a
skeleton.
photo of the skeleton.
Okay, she leaves one, as they're saying that, she leaves one shot left on the roll.
Yes, I think this is fair. I'm going to
Because
allow
she's just
this.
immediately impulsively going shot. Let's get rid of this film so it doesn't catch us, and then oh, okay, fine. Yeah, there's still one left. We're fine.
But in doing so, in using this camera, you feeling its power, you believe you have found the ghost's treasured item, which is one of the items you will need in order to remove its presence from this house.
Dun
As
dun
we-
dun.
As
I
we're going
sense
down,
it.
I'm gonna talk to Cassie and be like, Cassie, do you
Yeah.
think that the ghost is taking photos of living people because it can't take photos of itself anymore? But you can.
Me. Yes. But we haven't seen the ghost. We've seen the skeleton, seen like the ghost.
Skeleton
you
might
felt-
be the ghost. Who knows? Like I said before, I felt like it was inhabiting this entire house.
Mm, mm,
You want to come down with me and take a picture of the skeleton?
hold on. I want to test something. And
Okay.
Cassie will go stand in front of her tent. Like she's
Mhm.
not in the salt circle, but she'll stand in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll be like, ahem. Yeah, this pose. Yeah. And she's going to have this like really big, awkward,
Think.
cheeky grin. No? What about No? It's like Cassie's like going through poses. Like very outlandish. Does she
Yeah.
feel like any particular gaze on her?
Aside from the trapped, terrified souls in the pictures,
I'm watching this.
Oh no! They're probably just like, what the heck are you doing?
Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry. I was testing a theory. We'll get you out, fair people. Don't you worry. The three sisters are on it. Okay.
I love the idea of us walking in there, them watching us set up a tent when they can't escape the house.
Yes.
Okay, are you going to go test your theory? Are you going to try and catch the ghost with their own camera?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you head back down to the living room. Not living room, the hallway.
The hallway. Dun dun dun. The spooky hallway.
The spooky hallway. Yes, it is very spooky.
Why you
So
have to say it
spooky.
like that?
So spooky. Just all of the spooksness.
So much spook.
Now you're just teasing it.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Okay. So, you still see the spooky skeleton trying to claw
Yeah.
at you from the painting. What would you like to do?
Well, Vi has the camera, so she's gonna take the picture.
Let's see. As she takes the
Yes.
photo, can I try to? Well, I can't hold action. I'm just minding what protect someone looks like, so I'll prepare for that.
Okay.
Cassie will stand right behind Vi. She's doing this like big sister vibes.
You stand with an air of protection around you. Vi,
Mhm.
you snap a picture of this skeleton, and everyone in the house just feels it shake.
Ooh.
As the skeleton in the portrait disappears.
Ooh.
You believe
Dun
you've
dun dun.
temporarily removed it, but you'll need to very quickly burn and salt any remains to permanently remove the spirit, but you have trapped it.
Okay, so really quick, I'm opening that portrait to see what the heck's behind it.
And Cassie prepares the brandy, the whiskey.
Okay.
And hopefully she has her own, instead of matches, hopefully she's a lighter in her backpack.
You open the portrait, and as if by magic, you find remains. You see some bones and an all too familiar skull.
Okay.
Familiar.
Familiar because it was the skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I'm adding a spook to the chat because it's spooky. Okay, so Vi is going to wind the film back because otherwise it'll get wiped, and then pull it out of the back of the camera. What do you think? Toss the film in there, burn it with the bones?
Well, do I have to burn it? Should I burn it? Salt.
Salt and burning.
Cassie's shaking salt everywhere.
Yeah.
You consult your knowledge, Cassie, and you think that in order to fully get rid of the spirit, you will have to destroy the camera, the film, everything.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh. But will the people be freed?
I think so. I mean, it's the thing that captured them in the first place.
Okay. Cassie's going to just grab one of the stakes in her hair and try to sweep the bones downward. I'm sorry. Rest in peace soon. And she points at the ground where the bones fell. Is like, throw the camera down, quick.
Yeah, Vi tosses the camera in, not caring if it breaks because, hey, it's gonna get burned up anyway.
Okay.
Cookie's gonna throw in some sparkles with it.
Okay. And Cassie prepares everything. Holy water first, garlic.
Okay.
A pumpkin.
Eventually, at the end of it all, the brandy. She steps back and she turns up her lighter and points it there.
Yes. Well, the ghost would try to protect its remains, however, you have temporarily incapacitated it, so it cannot. So this goes off without a hitch. You burn
Dun, dun, dun.
those ghostly remains and the camera. For one last time, the house shakes as you hear a ghostly death rattle. Appearing behind you is a one-eyed skeleton screaming in agony as you watch it burst into purple flames.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Go in peace now. Please. Peace now.
It looks at the three of you with contempt before exploding violently into an icy mist. At the same time, the remains which are burning immediately crumble into ash, completely destroyed as the fire dies into embers.
If Cassie has a portable fire extinguisher in her backpack, that comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Can Cookie run upstairs to see if the people have gotten out of the frame?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Vi will saunter her way up because she's too cool for school, but she's also curious and wants to make sure that everyone's okay.
Oh my gosh, these little ghost screen is so cute.
For a moment, the house is deathly still. Then, descending the stairs, the spirits of those trapped in the photographs fly out of the house. You hear their voices on the wind. Thank you. Wherever they're heading, you don't know. But you know that they're finally set free. And that's all thanks to you. So how would you like to wrap this up?
By making sure that we don't burn the actual house down.
Yes.
Slumber party!
So-
Is there, I'm assuming that the camera is like a molten mess at this
yes.
point from being burned. So maybe we should be a little respectful and bury it in the backyard.
It's a good idea. Yeah.
Okay.
Cassie had been like kneeled down in the hallway, looking at the staircase as the pretty ghosts were released. And she had her book out on fire safety, and there was a perimeter. There was a bucket with sand that she had in her backpack. And, there is safety here.
You safely remove the fire, you respectfully bury the remains, and this looks like another monster hunting adventure successfully complete. Well done, everybody! And as our main characters celebrate, the cartoon draws to a close and the ending credits play. But stay tuned, because we will be back to talk about our wonderful players in a bit.
Okay.
Okay, hello everybody. We did it. We did it. We saved everyone. I didn't prepare for a bad end. Nope. There wasn't.
Oh no, totally not. Not at all.
There wasn't that.
No.
So we have just finished the game. Thank you all for watching. I had a lot of fun. I hope everybody else enjoyed, and I hope it was a nice spooky adventure for Halloween. Short but sweet. We just going to spend the last part of the stream talking to... Yes, the spooks. Oh no, the ghost is still here. We are going to spend the last part of the stream talking to our lovely players and actually getting to know who they are. So, yeah, this is the time you can talk about yourselves. So let's go in reverse sibling order this time. Let's start with Anya.
Hey, so I am literally the only youngest sibling in this group. Everyone else is the oldest sibling.
Haha.
Just want to point that out there. So yes, I'm Anya. I am a cosplayer. I regularly stream on my own channel for building cosplays and stuff. I desperately need to finish a costume jacket that I've been working on because the convention is coming up. Oh no. But let's see. It was just announced. So I'm going to be in a game of Good Society on Girls Run These Worlds starting on next Monday. Yeah, so that's super exciting. It's going to be 6 episodes, and I'm super, super stoked. And besides that, I'll be on Manapot Studios in December for Changeling, which I am extremely excited about. I'm playing a pawn shop owner, very tricksy type. And besides that, I just started recently pro GMing on Start Playing. So if you'd like for me to be your GM, it's on my social media. You can find links and stuff. But yes, I do pro GM games. I'm mostly doing D&D and Serenity RPG right now. That's me. I've talked too much.
No. Nuh-uh. Okay. Thank you very much. Shay.
Yeah.
Shay, let's tell us about you.
Hello, I'm Shay. I'm also known as Kumi. I started like India's first D&D exclusive shop, and just the last weekend I had my first pop-up stalls, and it went really, really well. So I'm super happy. You can find me on these handles under my name. I regularly play with the Pigeon Killers and with Girls Run These Worlds. And with upcoming streams, I get to stream with Anya again. And it's awesome.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yay!
We didn't talk about that.
We
Whoops.
have an upcoming Life from the Apocalypse game called, sorry, it was called
Curse of Fate.
Curse of
Yeah,
Fate.
it's my module that I wrote.
Yes. So we get to play Anya's game,
Ooh.
and you have to come and see it and buy her copy on DM's Guild right after, because I'm sure it's going to be amazing. I've just resisted the urge to go even look at that page because I'm like, I don't want
Don't
to
look
spoil
at it.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
look at it. It's a
I'm just like,
mystery.
I don't wanna
You don't want to
spoil
ruin it.
So yeah, I played Cookie today, and oh my god, this is so much fun! And thank you so much, Dungeon. This was so much effort you put into this, and this is just amazing. And a shout out to Ida and Anya too for being amazing sisters and not allowing Cookie to die. Oh god, she was so close.
I had to
She
stop
was
you.
so-
I was a bit
Cookie,
worried
stop.
there. I was like, they've literally been here for 10 minutes and I've almost deathly injured one of them. But it honestly, you guys, A+, it went way better than I actually anticipated. You figured out the correct order and I wasn't expecting it. So well done. And lastly, Ida, let's tell us about you.
Hi, I am an older sister. I really relish being an older sister. My name is Ida. You can find me on the Twitter, on the bird there. And I mostly stream with Horde of Tales. And actually, we're going to be having a bit of a charity event, not this coming weekend, but the next one. And we're going to be having a bit of an environmental cause. And one person here will be joining the effort, and that is Dungeon. We're going to be having a wonderful little art broadcast as well as them and many other
It's
friends you
me.
all know, such as Manapod, etc. They're amazing people. Roll for Good will be there as well. Other than that, you can find me oftentimes nowadays on Manapod as well. We're playing Starfinder. It's Pathfinder in space. It's very crunchy sort of D&D. We're having a lot of fun. And starting in December, I will be playing Brinkwood as well on weekends, but more details to come about that. And I have to say, and I've told Dungeon this before, but I have seen their stream of masks done this way before. And I was like, wow, that'd be so cool to do that. And here I am months later being there, and I'm like, wow, you come true.
It's so cool.
Really props for the amazing work. A lot of the details that Dungeon has put in here, a lot of the little technical things that we can't appreciate because we don't know about them as much as they do. But just really big props. Everything has been so smooth. We've been so educated. And I hope I see more of this kind of content from Dungeon. Follow Dungeon.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
How many times have we played before? This is the first time we've all played together. So I've played with Shay and Anya before, but I haven't actually managed to. This is the first time I've gotten to play with Ida. So this has been really fun.
I've produced for each of you here, I think.
Yeah.
I've been on the directing side. I've played with Anya.
I've played
before.
with you, Ida. Yeah, we played Honey Heist together, and that was super fun.
Yes.
And then, Dungeon and I have played with Shay before. And one other one that I forgot, Shay, we're doing Gnomesteaders.
Yes, Gnomesteaders as well. I just couldn't remember the date.
November 19th on my channel, provided that I can do the producer role. We're doing Gnomesteaders on my channel. It's a 2-page RPG. It's part of my monthly micro RPGs, thing that I'm doing on my channel. So we're going to be playing gnomes, seeking out a new homestead. So there are going to be 5 of us on the channel. It'll be fun.
That's going to be cute.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you all for coming. I hope you had fun. I certainly had a lot of fun.
It was so much fun.
So much fun. Oh my god. Even the process of getting till here, seeing everything that you did was just so good. Especially even this tiny things, I just wanted a stick and you brought me that stick. And, oh god, I was just so happy.
I did it. I put the stick in. Awesome. Well, thank you all for joining. Have a great Halloween. I'm going to run the credits one more time and then we
Yay.
shall end it there. Have a good evening. Have a good morning if that's what time zone you're in. And I will be back on stream on this Sunday, 10 a.m. GMT time now. But have a happy Halloween, and we will see you next time. So, bye-bye!
Happy Halloween!